Hey guys, welcome back. Derby2 here today with a new one. Today we're going to be voting on the Game Awards. I did a video like this last year, and you guys seemed to really enjoy it, so we're going to do it again this year. So basically what I'm going to be doing is going through all the nominees and placing my votes, explaining why, and I'm also going to be saying not only which game I am voting for, but which game I think will win, because sometimes that is a different thing. That's what I did last year, you'll understand. Basically, I'm doing, when Katy Perry just posted like a picture of her voting at the election, and then all her fans now hate her. Pretty much like 90% of her fan base all hate her now. That's kind of what I'm doing, because I'm going to be voting for games that you probably don't agree with, but I'm just one man, and these are my votes, alright? Now, that said, these are fact, and my opinion is fact, so if you disagree, you're just wrong, of course. But let's start voting. I'm still sick, that's why we're not playing anything today. I figured we would do this though. We're gonna start voting. Let's do it. You can do this on the Game Awards website until up until the day of the show, I believe, which is on the December 8th in 20 days. I was gonna try and start from the back and vote to the front if I can do that, because I would like to end with Game of the Year instead of starting with the big one. But let me set that up. Alright, I skipped the esports ones because I really don't care, and I don't think any of you care. I did vote, but I don't need to put them in for like esports coaches and players and all that stuff. This, though, is the best esports game, so I moved myself over here. Hopefully this is a good spot to be. Did want to cover them up. We've got CSGO, Dota 2, League of Legends, Rocket League, Valorant. I prefer Rocket League out of all these if I was forced to watch any of them. I guess that's what I would watch, but I don't really watch esports, to be completely honest. Now, the reason I'm starting at the back and working to the front is because I feel like Game of the Year is kind of the big one, and I don't want people to just click on the video, see what I vote for, and then leave. So we're going to work our way up, with the grand finale being the big Game of the Year. But most anticipated game, for me, is probably Hogwarts, and I feel like it'll get a lot of votes because it's like the next upcoming game out of these. So right now it has a lot of hype. But I think Starfield is a pretty big game, and then I suppose Breath of the Wild 2 as well. But I'm going to place my vote for Hogwarts. It's the game I'm looking forward to right now. Any of these really could win. I feel like Breath of the Wild might, though. Or Starfield. I don't know. It's kind of hard because not many people really care about the Switch anymore, I feel like. So maybe Starfield will win. That one's a little hard to say. It's a little arbitrary as well. Best Adaptation. Now, this is for movies and shows. I believe this category is new. I don't remember it last time. There's been so many movies and shows about games coming out. It's a shame The Last of Us isn't on here. I know someone who's in that show who's very talented, but we'll talk about that another day. But best adaptation, I believe, to me, my favorite out of the bunch here that I enjoy the most is probably Sonic 2. I thought it was very good. Uncharted's a big stinker, sadly. I love Tom Holland, but that movie's a stinker. Cuphead show is great. I really, really like the Cuphead show if you haven't seen it. Cyberpunk's really good, and Arcane I actually didn't watch, though I do know that Arcane is going to win this. I'm under no impression otherwise. If Arcane doesn't win, I'll be very surprised. I know it's very good. But I'm going to vote for Sonic just because I like Ben Schwartz and I like what they're doing with those movies. And I honestly really, really enjoyed the second one. More so than the first even. So I highly expect Arcane to win, though. Anything else would be a big surprise. Cyberpunk, I suppose, has a chance, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure Arcane takes that one. Now, best debut indie. I'm convinced to go with Tunic here, probably. I just really didn't enjoy Stray. I know I'm kind of in the minority when I say that, but I just don't think Stray was very good. It wasn't what it could have been or should have been, or even what it was marketed as. And while it's fine, I just don't think it's that great, really. Like, it's basically a rail game. You just kind of follow a path and look at a cat. It's cool for the first hour or two, and then it just gets pretty old. I argue even the first hour, but again, that's just me. Voting for Tunic. Content Creator of the Year. Really, who gives a shit, honestly? I don't know. They never ask me, so it's why does it matter really to me? Now, best multiplayer. Geez, these are all kind of horrid. I'll die before I vote for COD for fucking anything, unless they have a biggest stinker award. But Multiversus also just dropped the ball so bad. I was so excited for this game, and I really, really enjoyed it. And they have done nothing but make it worse every second. And it's just probably the most abysmal battle pass and progression system I've ever seen in a game. The shops are outrageous. Same can be said for Blizzard. Overwatch 2 is a fucking train wreck travesty. Nothing here is good, but I'll vote for Multiversus for the sole fact that out of these games, it's the only one I've actually enjoyed playing. Now, on to the previous category, Best Sports and Racing Game. I suppose my vote goes to Gran Turismo, because, again, I'd be caught dead voting for any of those other ones, and I actually don't know what Ollie World is. Skateboard game, it looks like. Probably an indie. Kind of hard to be in that category as an indie, but Best Sim Strategy Game. Again, doesn't really matter to me. I haven't been saying what I think is going to win, but I feel like the ones I've picked in the last few are going to win. COD will probably win on that other one, though. Mario and Rabbids is, I guess, the only one I would even consider playing. I don't really like these kind of games. I don't know anything about Dune or Total War or any of those. Victoria 3, if any of them are good. But, I have no idea what could win there. I have no input. Best Family Game. This is Nintendo's category. It's the only one they're ever really viable for. Though out of all these games, I really think Lego Star Wars is probably the best one. I have heard good things about the new Kirby, though. And I think Lego Star Wars will win out of that, to be honest, because it actually has the furthest reach, whereas the rest of these are Nintendo games, only can be played by people on the Switch, and they're also all competing against each other because they are all on the Switch. So of the Switch players, their votes are now split between 4 things, and then everyone else on the planet only can vote for Star Wars, so I feel like they're going to win that one. Best Fighting Game. Now, it's kind of weird that Sifu is in here because it's not a fighting game. Sifu is like an action game but that has fighting in it, but it's not a fighting game. Sorry, I moved myself over some more. I realized I don't need to be that low. Anyway, Sifu shouldn't really be in there. I do think it's probably the best of these bunch, though. I don't even know these 3 games. But because it's not a fighting game, I'm just going to vote for Multiversus. I think, I have no idea what could win there. I don't play fighting games. I play Little Mortal Kombat every now and then, but best role-playing game. I think Elden Ring sweeps this easily. Now, we'll talk about Game of the Year when we get there, but I think that this one is the award Elden Ring should get. Best action-adventure game. I mean, God of War Ragnarok clears this whole category. Horizon is really good, though, and if they were going to give Game of the Year to God of War, I could see them giving action to Horizon. But, all things considered, God of War is the best game in this category. Ragnarok is an outstanding game. Best action game, Sifu, I suppose, out of these. Though I'm assuming COD or Bayonetta will win. Let's hope it's not COD, but who knows. Best VR AR. I haven't played any of these, so I'm going to vote for Amogus because I have a feeling they're going to win. So I'm voting for Amogus for that one. Innovation in accessibility. Now, I haven't actually looked into what God of War Ragnarok does, but I do know that Naughty Dog does some really impressive stuff. They did with Last of Us 2 and with Last of Us Part 1, the remake. So I'm just going to sauce it over to the remake of Last of Us 1 because I know that Naughty Dog does a lot of innovation in that field. And I have a feeling they'll probably win that one. Best community support. So this is for ongoing games. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. The only game here that I play sometimes is Apex, though I have a feeling Fortnite will win that. But that said, I've heard murmurings in the Fortnite community that game's really heading downhill as far as content and community engagement has gone. But what do I know, really? I'm vote for Apex on that one. Best mobile game. I mean, who really cares? But hopefully not Diablo Immortal. I have a feeling Genshin will win, but it could be any of these. Best indie. This is a big one. I'm going to vote for Cult of the Lamb. For me, that was the most impressive indie that I've played this year. Now, Sifu is a really, really cool game. Stray could easily get it just for the cat factor, which we've went over, but I just really didn't enjoy Stray. So for me, it's Cult of the Lamb, but I expect Stray to win. Now, best ongoing game. This is, again, basically the same as best community support. I'm just going to put another one to Apex. Same thing can be said here. I imagine Genshin or Fortnite could win that. Games for impact. We're getting down to the last 8 categories here. This is an indie game that made the most impact on you with a meaning message. I have no idea what any of these games are except for Endling, which I did play on the channel. There's a 2-part video, or 2 videos, 2 parts of me playing through the entire game Endling, which I did on the stream with my girlfriend. We really enjoyed it, and so I'm just going to vote for it because it's the only one I know. But any of these could win. I'm sure they're all great. Best performance. We've got Sunny, who plays Atreus in God of War Ragnarok. We have 𝐀𝐰𝐚𝐫𝐝, who plays something in Immortality, which I don't know what that is. Christopher Judge, Kratos. The main character from Plague Tale Requiem, played by Charlotte McBurney. And then Ashley Birch from Horizon, she plays Aloy. She also does Tiny Tina and a lot of voices that you would know. For me, I'm going to go with Ashley, though I could easily see any of them winning. They're all very talented. I know it's kind of a cop-out, but I voted for Ashley. You saw me do it. Best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. If anything COD can win, it could be this. They do have really good audio design on the new COD, and I'm just going to throw it their way, a little pity vote, because, I mean, it is actually very good. And that's the only thing they've really improved over like a decade now, so I might as well. Best score in music. I think Elden Ring wins with music, though Hellsinger has a chance, but they are indie, so they have a little bit less of a following than something like Elden Ring. But I'll give Elden Ring the music category. They deserve that one. They've always got big boy music in all the Soulsborne games. Best art direction. You know, Scorn being a massive stinker that it was, it does have a very cool art direction and art design. And, you know, the visuals of the game are the draw of the game. Stray as well looks very nice. Horizon and God of War are by far the most graphically advanced of any of these games here. Horizon has some of the highest graphic fidelity I've ever seen. It's also on a PS4. Both of these games can run on a PS4 at extremely high fidelity. Elden Ring has some really cool visuals and stuff. Graphically, it's nowhere near some of the rest, really any of the rest on this list. But they do a lot for the Soulsborne sort of genre as far as colors and everything go. They went a little beyond the usual dark, but just based on actual visuals and artistic design, animations, everything like that, I'm going to send it to Ragnarok. It's just the game I've been most impressed by. There's so much in the game as well. Horizon could win that one as well, though. Best narrative is easily God of War Ragnarok. I can't believe Elden Ring is in this category at all. Narrative. You know, tell me the story of Elden Ring. The very tight narrative. That's why I played Elden Ring, was for the plot, to find out what happens next. The plot just had me gripped. But we're going to send one for God of War Ragnarok. Extremely good narrative in that game. Best game direction, also going to send it to Ragnarok. The pacing in that game is very well done. The character design and etc. etc. I can rave about Ragnarok all day, which probably tells you what I'm going to vote on for Game of the Year. Here we are, Game of the Year, the big one. I don't know why Stray is here. It's truly a question for the ages. I guess there just wasn't enough games this year. Like, there weren't really good games this year. It's hard to think of anything that was really good. I've never cared for the Plague Tale games. I'm not going to ever play the second one. But some people, I'm sure, must enjoy it. Xenoblade, same for that. Never played one in my life. But again, maybe it's good. I don't know. But I would say they both have no chance. And Stray, if Stray wins, it is a cold day in hell, let me tell you, if Stray wins. Stray, of course, has all this fan... You know, it's a gimmick game, right? It's a cat. You just put a cat on a game, you make a cat game, and it's the best game ever made. And it was funny. It was fun for a while. It's not a very good game, though, if we're being truly honest and critical. Besides there being a cat, which is cool, it doesn't make it Game of the Year. Stray shouldn't even be there. It's kind of a joke that it is. But hey, they can put that they got nominated for Game of the Year. That's a pretty big deal. Game of the Year nominee. Horizon, you know, without God of War on this list, I would definitely click on Horizon. I think they would deserve it. Two big Sony games in the same year competing against one another in itself is a big feat. You know, a AAA first party, first IP, you know, big PlayStation IP, two in the same year. It's very impressive. It's cool to see two big games like this going head to head. And we all really know, though, that it's between Elden Ring and God of War. And if we're actually being critical and asking ourselves what makes a Game of the Year, a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields, that's what this category is described as. I would not say, and I know I'm going to get flack, and that's fine. You guys can be mad if you love Elden Ring. I know lots of people who love Elden Ring. I know people that only play Souls games. That's all they'll ever do. They die by it. I understand that. I've platinumed Bloodborne, okay? I can connect with you on that level. I understand. I really love Souls games as well. I've played almost all of them. Elden Ring doesn't do anything genre defining or game of the year earning, in my opinion. It is a good game, but it's Dark Souls 3 with an open world. I mean, we can all agree on that, can't we? It's got everything that you want from a Souls game, but it's still a Souls game. And that's what holds it back in a lot of ways, and it makes it, to some, the perfect game. But if you're looking at game of the year that innovates across all creative and technical fields, the vote really has to go to Ragnarok. And I feel anyone who's played both games will agree with that. And the ones who won't vote for Ragnarok either haven't played it, only play on PC or Xbox or something like that, and refuse to just, yield or admit in that sense that God of War Ragnarok is the superior game. But it truly is when you look at a game as an actual art form, as storytelling, not only between peak gameplay but also characters, story, progression, etc., etc., etc. All these things that really matter in an art form beyond just having gameplay, beyond just being, a boss, you kill the boss, you go to the next boss, fighting things, but really having something that makes you care for the game as well as having extremely good gameplay. For me, God of War Ragnarok easily wins. I would be surprised if they don't. The only reason I could really see them not winning is that The Last of Us 2 won Game of the Year last year, and people were upset about that. And it's just sort of a thing lately that people have been very upset, I guess, that Sony makes too quality of games. I don't know. It's tough if you don't have a horse, in Sony's race, if you don't play their games, if you don't play on PlayStation, for whatever reason. It's hard seeing the best games always be on PlayStation, which I could understand that. I don't know why you would not make the switch, but again, that's just me. I could understand why people would be frustrated with the fact that they always make better games and release finished good games that excel, that push the boundaries, that push the innovation, that expand what a game can be, etc., etc. Speaking on The Last of Us 2 and Ragnarok now. Both incredible games, and that's why I think God of War Ragnarok should win Game of the Year. The only reason Elden could win is, again, something bureaucratic, like I said, because The Last of Us won last year, because of outrage, etc. There's a lot of people who really don't want God of War to win for whatever reason. People like to say it's handholdy, etc. But it's just a game designed to be good, to be fun, to be touching, and overall, it's the best game that came out this year, and in quite a long time, I will say, and probably for a while to come. But that is about it. My cat's mauling me right now. I'm going to call it there with that one. I'm going to vote for Ragnarok. I did all my votes for all my nominees. The Game Awards is on December 8th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, you can figure out whatever time that is for you, and I will actually be live at that time watching the Game Awards. It'll be myself, my girlfriend, maybe a friend could join me as well. We'll see, but it will definitely be myself and my girlfriend at least watching the Game Awards, reacting live to what happens. You can come and see if my votes were the correct vote, if you were right and I was wrong, if Elden Ring wins and I curl up and I cry like a little man-child. Anything could happen, and we're going to enjoy it live. So check out my Twitch. It's in the description. It's on the channel about section. It's all over the dang place. It's twitch.tv/TerryB2HQ. And that's about it. I'm going to go try and rest because I'm sick and I just talked for 20 minutes straight and my throat hurts. So that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your votes down below. Let me know at least what you think for Game of the Year, the big one. Whether you agree with me or disagree or whatever. Maybe you love Stray so much that it's the best game this whole year. Who knows? Let me know down below. Let me know if you enjoyed. Leave a like. Comment if you'd like to see more videos like this, if you're going to be there for the stream. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. And that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.